I didn't get a chance to see a lot of people, but a lot of kids were upset. You know, they called in Fox and they were saying that the kids aren't going to eat no more. And, you know, so for real, they put a petition together that was like signed in crayons. It was a petition to bring the Green Ranger back because, see, I was going to VR Troopers, and the Green Ranger I was hired for 10 episodes. That's it. Wow. And I loved it because it was evil, and I loved it because the evil guy turned good. You know, it was just a really cool role because I was always by myself. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, guys, again. All right, again. You know, Tommy, we need your help. And the reason why I like that role is because I think a lot of us can relate to any one of those characters in school. You got the kid that might not have friends. You got Billy. You got all the smart kids. You got, you know, Amy, Val. You got all these different people. And I really thought you can, you know, a lot of kids can relate to that. What's the ETA on the water? Did I get water? Is there any way we can grab some water or something? I'm starting to.
Some water.
Perfect. Do you have a bottle of water? Thanks, buddy. That's like the movie, Hey Man, the Gloves. Man, that was so cool. Dude, the Rocky Mountains going. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Bottle of water.
Hey, this will definitely do. And then we got water flying. Yes, sir. But I just want to tell you guys that a lot of you guys come up and on my Facebook page, I try to right away post it. So I'll remember if you post on there. Now I might not remember every time someone says, "What's your favorite color?" Because I'm posting that thing like all day long. You know, green, green, green. But I will remember, special posts. But all of them are. You know, I get a lot of times saying, "Hey, this might be weird, but you changed my life and all that." And a lot of people don't understand that. We do, but I think a TV show is much like a song. You know, we all have that song that we listen to and we're like, oh man, it brings back memories, you know? And that's what the TV show was. And now it's kind of, thank you, buddy, I'll have to. Someone was kind enough to share, but I'll take that. Thank you. Very good, thanks for the water. But I know, so that's the reason why, demonstrations, all that stuff, because I've just been down a little bit. But I know it's a Q&A. I love Q&As by myself. But if there's any questions that you guys have or anything like that, I know I was expressing, thanking you guys for all the posts. And what I was going to say is that it's not weird. I feel honored in the last 20 years that, I'm changing lives. You guys are older now. There's nothing wrong with, the Power Rangers. They went through that stage of, watching Power Rangers and then kind of hiding it in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Running home and gotta watch what's going on with Tommy and Kimberly and stuff, being an undercover Power Ranger, it's like, is that a Power Ranger in the pocket? Yeah, it is. So, but do you guys have any questions that I can maybe answer for you guys or anything that you want? Yes, you got your hand up right over there. Yes. You didn't have your hand up? You just supposed to stand up like psych people out or something? It's like, just kidding, dude. Yes, way in the back.
Thank you very much, Jason. I actually want to ask you this question. It's about your MMA career.
Okay.
What got you motivated into doing it? Because I know MMA is now becoming sad for many people as far as athletes, wrestlers, anybody really. Once you get into fighting, now it's all MMA. What got you motivated?
First of all, if you guys are used to the UFC, they're on pretty big cards, and I definitely love it. There's a lot of politics in any sport, any convention. There's a lot of politics, but I love doing stuff that I love to do, and I think the frustrating part was the injuries. You know what I mean? Like I had the distal bicep tear, and it's supposed to take 6 months. I had a fight, so I was kind of hesitant to throw my left hand, but I did it anyway. And then the right one, I had a pretty big fight coming up, and then boom, because when we spar, I spar a lot with this guy Derek Lewis. He's a heavyweight, and he'll probably be a champion soon. He's really coming up. He's a big dude, So we spar, we throw down pretty hard, and the injuries were pretty frustrating. But I was always inspired by karate. I love karate. I read an article from Forrest Griffin that said, pretty much asked the same thing, and he said he just loves punching people in the face, but in a nice way. And, when I started the James Coffer company, I wrote a couple rap songs. Yeah, You know, I like Lil Wayne, but I wrote the Jesus Then Tap songs pretty quick. And I'm not a rapper or anything, so I got K Drama to do it. But, you know, it says, you know, all brown, pound, punch in the face. It's all good because I'm in the right place, you know. And it's a sport because that's what you ask for. You get punched in the face. It's a sport. Now, do I think that sport necessarily helps martial arts schools? No, I don't. Because the wrestlers are now martial arts superstars. Martial arts starts with discipline, codes of the dragon, brotherhood, dedication, respect, cooperation, discipline, confidence, attitude, and self-respect. That's what it stands for. A lot of times in UFC, you don't have that. You have a lot of guys, you know, Nick Diaz out there, and, you know, I don't care, Nick. Yeah, that's right, I said your name. And Nate Diaz, all these guys, and I like the respect. George St. Pierre, man, he's a nice guy. You can talk about him, he'll come on there, he's just a really nice guy. So of course I'm not Diaz, you know? Anyway, I saw Nate, his brother. I worked at UFC corner, Melvin Millard's corner. I guess a lot of hype with Green Ranger working the UFC corner on the floorboards, and then I got the haters, you know, and I got, you know, Nate saying something, his crew saying something, and it was just what it is. So getting back to it, this year, looking at my schedule coming here, and it's pretty packed, you know, and I guess how it got that way is that I'm the yes man. You know what I mean? You experience that when you think, yes, yes, and all of a sudden you're like, yes. You're like, I'm going to say no this time. You're like, yes. So I'm definitely the yes man. I need some no people in my life, but I don't like to say no to people, you know what I mean? And I just think that 20-year anniversary this year, time flies, you know? And it's like a classic car. It's like the Dragon's Roar, the Green Rangers become some world icon, like Hot Topics. You know, I don't know how it became that way, but it just became that way. You know, it's like an old classic car. I wish I could go out and shine with the Dragon's Roar here and there, you know, and use it in traffic, you know. I had a police officer watching my panel in Houston, and I was talking about that. Man, I wish I had the Dragon's Roar in traffic. I'd just be like, right of the way, right of the way, boom, and then he was looking like, kind of like, and I said, then it'd be like, woo, woo, sometimes I wish I had that, but anyway. As far as MMA, I want to get back. I'm not a heavyweight. I'm not fighting heavyweight. I want to fight 185. You know what I mean? So I wanted to see if I can get to 185 because I was, you know, 2-something, and you know, I thought it was cool to be, you know, big and heavyweight, but then you know, smallest heavyweight. You know what I mean? And then I remember walking and doing the fight, doing the weigh-ins. We got a lot of people, so I got to walk down the middle. I tell you, the best thing that I've experienced in my life is walking out to that cage with all those people and coming to these conventions and seeing all these fans. You don't know what it's like to you know, I never take that for granted. You know what I mean? I'm just so happy to have that and to have fans and stuff like that. But that was definitely the best feeling of walking out there. But we were at the weigh-ins, and of course I weigh in, and I'm trying to, it's a mental thing. I need to be, you know, I'm trying to drink water because water weighs a lot. I'm trying to, you know, eat stuff before I get on the scale. And I got on the scale and like, Jason Frank, 217. I was like, yeah, that's what's up. Of course, Carlos Warren came on, 6'5", all right. Gets on the scale. He had to drop weight to make weight. They're like, 269, right? And everybody in the room was like I was like walking on death row, you know what I mean? So I was like walking back and I was looking at everybody, I'm like, yeah, okay, thank you. Thanks for you believing in me, dude. All right, you know, so it was like, yeah. You all have Jenna? Or you have Jenna? Oh, she's all with y'all. Said you're all walking around with her when you left the table. I said, don't find my daughter, please. No, my wife's really going to tell me we can't get down. Hopefully she'll know what, but she probably hanging out with one of the other Rangers. Catherine, so I make Catherine watch her all the time. She's like, seriously? I'm like, come over here, I really got to go, man. I don't do it, man. I don't really know. She's like, what can I wear? I'm like, that's fine. My wife's like, does she match? I'm like, who cares? I mean, even though I matched on the show and it was like, green, you wear green. It was like, oh, it turns into the White Ranger. How'd that feel? White wardrobe. Turn into red. Austin's old clothes. Buy me something? I'm like, don't do hand-me-downs. You know how the hand-me-downs are. If you're a kid or a brother, it's like, I got something for you. It's like, seriously, dude, I got to get the old hand. He get my older brother, got all the new stuff, and I got the hand-me-downs. Oh, you're wearing that brown stuff. Yes.
Speaking of MMA, listen, bro, I do MMA. I was just wondering, did you huge on the Spartans?
Sparty, well, where's your school located?
Georgetown.
Georgetown.
About 30 minutes away.
Yeah, I'd love to. You know the weirdest thing about me going to camps, though, you know what I mean? Everybody wants to kill the Green Rangers. Like, I believe the fans and all that, you know, you all be cool, because when I go, thank you, Jenna. Were you lost, Jenna? Okay, thank you very much. Sorry. Very good. Glad you found
right
you.
now, actually, sir.
Huh?
I'm here with you right now, actually.
Yeah, what?
Here with me right now.
You have gear with you right now?
Yeah.
It's very good, man. There's something called lawsuits that I've been in a few. I come to my school, sign the waivers, it's called lawyers and lawsuits now, but I'd be happy to go to your gym to spar with you. You know what I mean? Thanks for the offer. Sometimes I do go to gyms that are like in the ghetto and they don't know who I am and they do it like, see, so you want to spar, there's a difference from sparring to fighting. You know what I mean? Like, I'll fight, I don't care, we'll spar. There's a difference, you know, and except, you know, get paid to have it. Yes.
Thank you for waiting. Not them.
Are you guys together? Oh, okay. That's your son? Oh, you look pretty good, dude. I was like your brothers. Yes.
Can you talk about your plane jump?
Oh, skydiving?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I like talking about skydiving. Very good. All right, so people ask me if I got into the skydiving because of the Power Ranger movie, right? And I kind of did. I mean, I was one of those guys, I saw that, and I was like, dude, I want to like do my own stuff, but it's kind of technical. Like, you don't think much. Like, you just jump out of the airplane, pull your parachute, and that's it. There's not. There's like a lot of rules and a lot of things you have to follow because there's something called death, right? And, so, a lot of people ask me if I'm going to skyboard, but the problem with skyboard now is that all of them pretty much die. I mean, I've got a lot of friends that die skydiving, and especially base jumping. If you base jump, you have to be willing to lose friends. You have to be willing to leave your friend that bounced because of the laws and the criminals. So there's a lot of technical stuff in it. But I would love to do the skyboard, but it's super dangerous. You know, they say breaking boards out of an airplane is dangerous, but it's no big deal. And so what I want to do is do a world record. You know, I saw Felix. They call him Fearless Felix. I don't know if you know the guy that jumped from space. And I was like, what? Fearless Felix? Are you serious? So anyway, that's pretty cool. But they didn't use the fearless thing a lot. But I wanted to do something, so I thought, you know, it's just, I don't know. I thought of, let's do something dumb like break a board, come out to the world's highest karate board break, and that's it. So submitted it, and Dennis came back and said, actually, there's a record. I'm like, what? So who's calling on to do it? Are you serious? So yeah, they said the record's 2. And so this guy did it, so I wanted, you know, I brought 8 up, and I missed 1. I could have got them all. I wanted to bring 2 waters up and jump with, I wanted to get almost 40 people in the air with boards, and let me just come to me and let me smack it. The episode's not on, but we have it for my reality show that we're shooting this whole year called My Morphin' Life. Doing a movie called Aftermath, which, you know, is an independent film, and, you know, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But the record was cool. You know, jumped out, and I got some great footage. And the last board, I had this guy flying at me. Like flying, you see it in slow motion, like he flew underneath me. When you fly in the air, it doesn't look fast, but you're going 120 to 160 miles an hour. And if you do this to your body, you're 40. I mean, it's crazy. And then the last board, I was like slow motion, like boom. It was like this far away from the guy's face. If he didn't have like an open helmet, I so would have knocked him out. But yeah, there's crazy stuff. There's on YouTube 2 guys that are swooping with cans that swoop past each other. 2 guys swooping, and it's pretty, if you have kids, I want to watch it. 2 guys are swooping, the next thing you know, you just boom, some blood everywhere. And one of the guys died, the other guy decapitated the guy's legs. It was terrible. But when you want to skydive, you're going to watch his waiver that you'll sign, like when you come to my school. It's a waiver, it's a legal waiver, you know, that you can die, and you can this, and you know, it's a cigarette thing that says you can die from cancer. And I went to Thailand, and the terrible pictures on the cigarette. I don't smoke, I never have, but terrible pictures on the cigarette. That ugly, terrible, people don't care. Like, oh, I take 2 of those. Like, what the heck? I lost my appetite, you know what I mean? But it's kind of like that. Like, this could kill you, but people still do it, you know. And I don't do it for the rush. And some fans said, come on, man. My mom said, come on, man, you make money that bad? You know what I mean? Where's your life? It costs money to set a record, first of all. I'm the one financing the whole thing, so it costs money. I don't do it for anything else except for my own self. Like, I want to accomplish something. So, we started that. That's the first episode of my show, the world record break. Second episode is Thailand. Just went back from Thailand. I got promoted to Arjan, which is master. So now I'm officially a master under the Thailand government. Which is really cool. So, and then, of course, Tammy, my wife, got her Black Sash and crew, and she fought out there. So that's the second episode. And then I wanted to pick a con to cover, for the show. And so I picked Lexington because, last year I had so much love, and it was awesome. So the skydiving is amazing. Has anyone skydived before? Raise your hand. Who's scared of heights? Alright, believe it or not, I don't like heights. I don't like heights. I can't stand it. I'm gonna be base jumping, alright, off buildings and stuff. I can't stand heights, but give me a parachute, it's like, yeah, that's what's up. You know what I mean? Like, you don't give me a parachute? Seriously, like I'm thinking about climbing this tower, and I'm thinking, I don't know, dude. They're like, just don't look down. We hate heights too. It's like, what are we doing, dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we just that dumb or crazy? What are we doing? So I'll sit on the airplane, Skyland, and you have to open the tailgate. Like, it's kind of square. It's kind of like this. You have to get over one side, get over the other side, and then open it, and the whole door's there, and then you got to push the door up, and so I was sitting on the Skyland. This was a long time ago before, man, can you get that door for me? I'm like, no, I ain't opening the door. Why not? Dude, I hate heights, dude. The guy looked at me like I was just crazy. He's like, seriously, open the door. I ain't opening the door. And I didn't open the door. But, now, I'm opening doors and breaking doors out of the sky. It's a little, skydiving becomes dangerous when you're getting lazy with stuff. MMA, you start getting knocked out when you don't take the opponent serious. When you take someone lightly, you're going to get knocked out. You have to fight everybody like you're fighting Mike Tyson, or it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? And you can't underestimate someone or overestimate, which I got underestimated in New York City for coming. I love New York City Comic Con. New York City Comic Con was awesome with fans, but I wasn't underestimated by them. I was underestimated by other people saying, come on, dude. I don't think you got the fans, man. You know what I mean? There's not a following. And, man, I was so blessed and honored. My line was like a 6-hour wait. And it was frustrating because I try to take time with people, but I gotta go, you know what I mean? And so I'm like, if you can imagine signing autographs, you can't be tired like you in the front row, right? You're not sleeping. You can't be tired like that. You know what I mean? Imagine if you met me and I was like this. What's up, man? Yeah, that's cool. Hey, what about this movie? Oh, dude, don't mention that movie. I hate that movie. That's how some actors are. James Russo, working on The One Warrior, I love Don Brasco, right? I love that movie. He was in it. And he's like, don't talk about that movie, man. You don't understand. And I was like, dang, I don't even like you no more. You know what I mean? It really was. And I never wanted to shatter that image of Van Damme, that whole thing with Van Damme, fight Van Damme. I'll say right now, I think it would be great. Everyone's like, he's old. So what? Okay, I'm getting old too. Who cares? The point is that he wants to fight. And so I thought it would be great for the fans. People want to see that fight. I try to make things happen, and then they disappear, and I hear nothing from them. He wants to, I want to. It's not an issue between us, although I did beat him, and I wasn't too happy again. So I never wanted to be like that, to be like, I met him, and what a jerk he was. Because we all have bad days. You got to remember that. I have bad days, and someone comes up, hey man, and you got to, oh yeah, how's it going? Nice to meet you. Now you can change your attitude, or you just pretend. And there's a whole other side to acting and signing autographs. My brother was dying in the hospital, all right? My best friend lost his arm. It was terrible. It was terrible. And, of course, I lost my brother, and they brought me in a room before and sat you down. So it's like, no, don't set me in the room. And that's kind of what happened. The guy called me in the room and said, we need to talk to you. My heart was dropping. I was like, look, almost crazy. Like, can I get that autograph, man? My kids really like you and stuff. And I remember signing this autograph, and I was in tears because I love my brother, and I was signing it, and I was like, and this tear dropped on the paper, and it smeared the ink. And I remember that. And I remember the nurse came up and said, hey, can I get one too? And the worst part is she didn't know who I was. She just wanted to get one because he was getting it. And there's a whole other side. Children's Hospital, where all of us were in costume with our helmets off, and we're seeing little kids like this. Hey, buddy, how you doing? hey Tommy, I got cancer and I'm dying and I only have like 2 months to live. And I'm like, no, buddy, you'll be all right. And the nurse is like, and I'm like, ugh. And then we go around the corner in our helmets and we're like superheroes, you know what I mean? And we're like trying around the corner and they're like, hey guys, how's everything going? You guys good? And it's just, and then the Oklahoma bomb, this is why all those people, remember the PSAs? And then we came out and said, hey, there's actors. I told them, you have to let these kids know that we're actors. I can't handle the pressure no more. Of kids saying, how come this happened? And how come you guys let the Oklahoma bombing happen? And it was terrible. And I handle all publicity. You put me out in front of you, I'll handle it. You know what I mean? I'll let you guys know, I'll talk to y'all. And so that's how it was. So there's a whole other side to people saying, hey, how's the autographs? Or most common one is, that's your job, dude. Let me give you a scenario. You all know what Pep Boys is, right? Okay. You work at Pep Boys or AutoZone. Come to a party at my house. We're hanging out. I tell you, do me a favor, man, go change my oil. What do you mean? That's your job, dude. All right, for real, go change my oil. And I've been like that, and I've always, people, that's your job. No matter how rude they are, I'm like, yes, I understand. There you go. It's not my job, no, I'm off. But here's your autograph. And so I think that's why a lot of people take autographs wrong. You see, like, because I understand the actors, but I don't want to be like actors. I don't hang out with actors. It's kind of weird. I grew up with a family with no money. Dad's a trucker. I get you all. You know what I mean? I'm not like, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and I'm still not. It's just one of those things. I grew up in a house with no carpet. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be up here and give you a sob story. What I'm telling you is that we can all reach goals, and everyone has a story. That's my story from how Power Rangers has changed your life, but how Power Rangers changed my life. It's a two-way street, and I appreciate that together. That's why I have so many fans. People ask me how I do it. Communication, talking, and caring about my fans. That's how I do it. In a year, no. Last 20 years. That Facebook just didn't blow up to 100,000 overnight. Think about it. Some of you guys have been fans when I had like 1,000. Congratulations, you got 2,000 fans. 10, 5, 20, 30, 40. It's awesome. But go ahead. I'll do it. I know it's cute.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
First of all, happy anniversary to all you guys in the Rangers. It's awesome. Here. Second time, came all the way from Maryland to be here. It's awesome. 2 questions for you. First of all, during the Turbo season, Turbo was what was Fast and Furious before that movie ever came out. And Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, any of those guys come to you for advice on how to be Fast and Furious, to be like, oh, Turbo, red light, brake, bolt, all that stuff. And question number 2 is, I know you're a man of faith and all that, but if Jesus didn't have campaign and everything, that's awesome. I want you to keep doing that. What is your favorite verse in all of Scripture? Like, what would you consider to be your life verse? Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, guys. I think it was Psalms, I'm not too sure, 112, and it's on my team shirt, and I should know exactly what it is, but it talks about, like, being fearless, you know what I mean? And I think, being fearless for everyone means that you got to overcome your fears. I'm not talking about getting in the airplane and jump. I'm talking about overcoming your fears to what you want to be, to the people that tear you down and say you can never be an artist. You can never be a movie maker. And that stuff that gets your head. And you know how many people give up their goals because of the negativity they hear? I say, forget the negativity. I grew up and wanted to be an actor, and they said I wasn't born into the family, so I can't be an actor. You've got to be born into the family. Nicolas Cage and all. I said, no, that's someone had to start the industry somewhere. You got to break that curse and start it. So it's the fearless one. And then Van Diesel, no, I never met him. I don't think those guys would ever come up, but that is funny about the turban. And thanks for the anniversary thing. I was thinking, what? Did I miss my wife's anniversary? I lost my daughter and I missed the anniversary. I do. The anniversary is May 17th, and I do have a Comic-Con in Dallas, so, I'm going to have to do something to celebrate with the fans. Or now I got to tell her, hey, you know what we're doing for anniversary, man? I got a Comic-Con. Okay, yes.
I know you've broken a lot of boards in your time. Do you ever have any regrets about that? Like, you ever had nightmares like a bunch of boards are punching you in half?
Have y'all saw my head break with the bricks?
No.
I'll show you.
Real quick, but I'll answer that question.
No, I don't have dreams like that, but I do have dreams of like fighting people. And it's like at night I can't sleep, I toss and turn, I can't sleep, visions of bodies being burned. But I have dreams of fighting people, and the problem is with the pump up, like you get so pumped up, then I can't sleep. You know what I mean? Like your adrenaline gets pumped up. But no, I never have dreams of boards beating me up. And that's a good question. So I'm gonna look for this board break as I talk to you guys, or the head break, because I do a lot of breaks. I used to compete a lot, and all right, here we go. I'm gonna give you a slow motion version, all right? And this way I sound all crazy. This is the fast one. Do the slow motion version of the Incredible Hulk. All right, here we go. All right.
We all can see this.
I do a lot of different breaks, head breaks. I'll show you a break that I've never done before. We were like practicing different breaks, and this break was a brick break that was an upwards brick break. So I did it with an up kick, which is like, you can see, upwards. I had a jump kick, breaks before, of course, I didn't break. I mean, I did, but I'm saying I had breaks. That was the first time I did that. And this is the funniest part, right? Again, spinning hook kicks, like trying different stuff. Watch me. This is my pastor. Watch, this is my pastor. We're at a church right now. And we're at a church, and he's from Team Impact, which is the team where blow up water bottles, all right, rip phone books, all for get kids involved in Christ and all that stuff. And I love it because I spar them. And my wife never let him down. I did, I didn't say beat him up, but we were sparring. And so the next day in church, like, well, I got punched by Jason David Frank, man. And he kind of beat me up and went, what the heck beat him up? Dude, don't get mad, it's just my job. I get a drip from God, one of my songs. But, so he's Team Impact. So he just went up there and was like, hey, you want to meet? Yeah, we're going to meet at church. All right, cool. Let's just break bricks, boards, and he's amazing, this guy. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. Like, there's small books that I carry, and he bends his horseshoe into a little heart, all right? So I thought this was all trick stuff, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm like, yeah, you want me to load this in your car? No, not school, man. What's that? No, yeah, I was just putting it in your car. And then the horseshoes, I'll try to bend, you know what I mean? Like, I hold them, I'll be like, yeah, no, I'll be walking, and be like, he'd be like, hey, so I'm like, yeah, what's up? Yeah. He's amazing. He came to my Fairland demo, did this amazing head break that was like crazy. So I was like, yeah, I haven't done a head break in a long time. The last time I did, I posted it, I was about 17, and I don't know where that's at. I know it's on here somewhere. I was about 17, and I did this break, and I never practiced 7 before. So I was nervous because this guy had like 4, and I said, put another one on. They're like, you sure? I'm like, just put one on. Like, sir, you have to put one on. And so we kept stacking them up. I don't know where all this stuff is, but stacking them up, and I did this head break. And I had the ponytail balls before Power Rangers. I'll try to post it a little bit later, but it's on my YouTube page. It's on my YouTube page. But I come up and I'm like, yeah, good job, Jason. And it was like, for real, it was like one of those things where I've never been knocked out. Thank God, never been knocked out. Very close to being knocked out. Knocked out. And it was so close, it was like, everybody like, and it was just like, Jason, yeah, that was great, man. And I was like, Of course, you play all that stuff off. You play it off, and cool, yeah, no problem, man. And I'll tell you what, another thing I played off in Turbo, we'll be in the rapid scene. Where I go and I said, dude, I'll do my own stunts, man. Don't worry about it. The guy's like, well, here, do your stunt double. I'm like, dude, please. Come on, man. I mean, it's like water, And the guy's like, all right, if you want to do it. It's freezing in Tennessee. Like, super cold. And, yeah, we're out there. Yeah, the guys went to Hawaii, and me and Catherine went to Tennessee. And some girl came up and said, hey, your water bottle? I'm like, sure, ask Catherine. And she's like, all right. She's like, hey, can I have your gun? And I was like, yeah, sure. Catherine's like, what, you gave us a chance? I'm like, no, who cares? I mean, she's gonna save her someone, I don't know. But we're out there, and so we're doing this rapid scene, and you know, not a rapid scene, I'm like, we're doing a rapid scene, and so the director's like, okay, here's what you need to do. We're gonna put a light vest on, all right, you're gonna hit the rapids, you're gonna pop up here, you're gonna go under the water, and then you're gonna pop up right there, and then make sure you keep your hands in, because your hands might get stuck, or your feet might get stuck in the rocks, and then we gotta come get you, and then you pop up over here, and we'll throw you a safety line across the water. Make sure you grab the line, because you're gonna get one chance, or you're gonna be down the rapids. And I was like, are you serious, dude? Is it this much involved? So of course I was like, yes, no problem, man, I got that. So I went in, bam, one take. I was under, ooh, you know, I was under the water, you don't see my face, I was like, ooh, you know, and it doesn't look crazy, but it kind of was, and I was like, ooh, you know, and then boom, the safety line, shoom, and then I grab the line, and then I come out, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, you know what I mean, like, what the heck, and the director's like, oh, that was perfect, the stunt double was like, yeah, that was alright, man, I was like, thanks, man, that was cool, you know, I was like, oh my God, are you serious, dude, I don't want to do that again, I'm like, we got that one take? Oh, okay, man, you know, no problem, you need me to do it again? I was thinking, thank God, you know what I mean?
You gotta do that sometimes, it's funny.
But, okay, that's off. I know you had your hand back there, and then so we'll go one, yeah, and then the purple is purple, two.
Two questions. Do you have any plans for a reunion with Power Rangers?
Yes. Go ahead.
Are you still friends with them?
I'm friends with all the guys. Austin's gone, he's overseas, I don't know. I'm trying to email him here and there. Friends with everybody. You know, I did help Amy in her movie, and the reunion, that Saban's not going to let that happen. Saban owns it, you know what I mean? I work with Saban, they're great. It's just their business. And I don't understand, because if I was a businessman, I would make these fans happy and do something a little bit more. Now, they might be getting the idea. Because I don't think no one has the idea of how popular that this age group is with Power Rangers. And I think they're understanding that now, because they gave me a few calls, wanted me to do a few things, doesn't understand the storyline. I told you I'll do it for my fans, and no problem at all. It's not the money, because I told you I do things because I love to do things. I left the show. I wasn't fired. I left the show because the producers, the owners need to come visit these guys. They never visit them. And they worked for him and pat him on the back, and the whole conversation went wrong. And it was one of those things where I was like, okay, cool. I have to do it for myself. I can't be bought. I can't be paid. I'm not selling out. I'm not selling my black belts. You come train with me 6 to 8 years. I'm not giving you a black belt. I'm not giving you nothing. I can't be sold out like that. Never did I take rank from the show. Everybody in the world wanted to promote me when I was on the show. We'll give you 5th Dan, 6th Dan. I said, nope, nope, nope. And it was just for my own personal. But I can sleep at night. You know, and people are like, that was dumb. You had no. Everybody's a reason why things happen. A door gets closed on our face, and what do? I do it. I know you do it. We sit in front of that door, and we wonder, what the heck, dude? Oh my God, my life is, oh my gosh, this job, dude. And we sit in front of that door for a long time until we stop looking at the door, and we look around, and we see all these other doors open. And then we go through that door, and we realize why that door was closed. So there's reasons why. So this fan base and all this stuff, I don't know what it's going to lead to, but there's such a demand that I think that it'll be a point where they're having like, well, let's do something for this age group. You know what I mean? Not because they want to make money, it's because they're going to be like, uh-oh, all these fans, man, we got to, seriously, you know what I mean? Like, you guys call Saban, I got a call from the legal department 2 days later and said, look, tell your fans to stop calling us. I didn't tell them to call. I told them, if you want to know about Megaforce or anything else, you can talk to Saban. And so here's the number. And so the circuit board was lit up, totally lit up. And they called and said, man, look, you had one guy say, I called 16 times, and I was just one person. Thank you. We'll get you next, and we go with this purple.
I was saying we do definitely a dream come true. So I was wondering who you met in like it's just a group review. And also have what's your favorite, just the coolest piece of memorabilia that you've done for the Power Rangers movie? It's one of the most.
I wouldn't say the Power Rangers, but I do have my first original spandex green. Of course, it disappeared one day, and we had a big meeting. I'm like, "Are you serious? Who would do something like that?" Okay, anyway, we had like 10 of them, but but mine was the OG. And so I got that one. I've never met anyone before that I go to all these conventions, and I don't care, I mean Stan Lee and all these people, but Michael Madsen, I don't know if you all know Reservoir Dog, he was in Donnie Brasco. He was Red, he was the Mafia guy. And the reason why I met him the other at the Wizard World, and everyone, my wife's like, you know, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, oh man, you know, like, and she's like, I never seen you like that. And I was like, well, I don't know, I just love this guy, you know what I mean? And he gave me a hug like I was in the Mafia, you know. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm so in the Mafia right now. You know, I was for a couple seconds, you know? And so it was pretty cool. So when I met him, but the reason why I wanted to meet him is I was at my Power Ranger movie premiere, same time I met Van Damme. I left because of him. Anyway, and then I was walking outside, some little kid in Ranger pajamas, kind of dirty, kind of jumped out of the bushes, you know, like, hey, and I was like, what the heck, you know? And I was getting attacked, and so I signed his autograph, of course, and he's like, thank you, and this guy came out, you know, sunglasses and all, and walked away, and they said, dude, do you know who that was? I was like, no, I don't know anybody. Kiss came to my stage, and they said, you know this guy? I'm like, no, Gene Simmons, and they're like, he goes like this to me. And I'm like, dude, seriously, I'm gonna punch him if he tries to lick me, you know? So they're like, Gene Simmons, I'm like, Kiss, well, yeah, I know who you are. So when they said, that's Michael Madsen. I was like, oh, dude, I like that guy. Where'd he go? And he was gone. So I had to ask him 15 years later, whenever the movie was that your kid? He was like, yeah. Give me a hug, man. That's why I was like, I only have one autograph at my house, and that's of the Donnie Brasco. You know what I mean? And, so, I don't know, I just like Mafia. Okay, so I'm going to ask him his question, and then we'll ask you a question. Go ahead, buddy. What's that? Oh, you did? Yes, very good, man. Awesome, buddy. Awesome, dude. You see karate too? Oh, you do karate? You know, I want to do a karate demo thing. I think next year at the other convention, I'm probably going to do it. All the chairs are in here. I usually make people work out and we interact, but all the chairs are here and all that stuff. And then I got a huge line. I got to ask two more questions, and I got to get back to my line. We got a lot of people waiting over there. And I appreciate it. You know, the cool thing about my fans is that when you meet them, you can meet them more than once. They always come back, you know what I mean? And I think that's because of the relationships from posting and talking, that it's just cool to see that instead of like, yeah, go on, man, okay, that's off, you know, it's not bucket list, you know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. So let me ask, who did I say second? Oh yeah, go ahead and go second there, and then the last one's gonna have to be the red in the back.
I found out about your Jesus in Cat company, you know, and come to find out you're a Christian and everything. And I was really excited because, you know, growing up, watching Power Rangers, always prayed, you know, Lord, the Power Rangers don't know you, just let them come to know you so that I can live. And so I was so excited about it when I found out that you were a Christian. So just wondering, how did that happen? How did you become a Christian? How did that happen?
It was, man, like, to be honest, like, when I lost, you know, my brother, it was like, people were like, man, you gotta, you know, God can help you. And I was like, you know, dude, it was just really hard for me. And I kept hearing it. And sometimes, you know, when you got no one to talk to, it's like, you know, so, yes, the red in the back.
What was it like?
No, I said red and black.
What,
No, I'm just kidding. I said red in the back.
what was it?
I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Yeah, no, it's for real. You can go ahead.
What was it like visiting the Three Cast Rangers in Down Thunder?
Oh, that was visiting them. It was kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, you all know Snoop Dogg, right? Like the rapper, right? He's like the OG, the rapper. You know what I mean? Like Dr. Dre and all these guys. That's what I felt like, because they're like, oh, dude, Tommy's coming in. He's like a legend, and all the kids knew me. See, when we filmed, no one knew no one. Nobody knew anybody. It was one of those things we just filmed, and people were like, Power what? Oh, cool. People come up, oh, I love your cartoon. I'm like, first of all, to their mom, and probably your mom, not a cartoon. So how do they recognize you, like in the helmets? Like, dude, you don't even watch it. Now, I don't need to explain it, but it was hard to explain, you know, back in the days and stuff like that. So going there was like, wow, we're filming with Tommy. And it was cool, man. They were young guys. I liked that cast a lot. It was awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with this last question there. But it was awesome. But now, I don't know what's on the schedule. I did look at the schedule. I think we all have a Q&A, some of the original Mighty Morphin and all that stuff. I'm gonna have to get back to my line because I know this thing just opened. trying to balance between you guys and them over there. So I'd love for you guys to get a chance to meet me. I have some shirts, world record pictures. If you dyed your hair green, I got some posters for y'all and all that stuff. But I want to thank you guys for coming today. Let's hear a big yeah!